Hey, everybody, welcome to the Evercade podcast. I'm Ed, along with Pete and Crow. Good
You know,
morning or
you
afternoon,
you've
everybody.
done you keep going a, and I keep wanting to put the Fonz in there
Yeah,
somewhere. You know.
exactly.
Hey. I don't know. What's up, gentlemen? How are you all doing?
Good.
Yep,
Good,
we're
good.
good.
Playing the worst platform ever.
Oh, okay, what is it?
Jumpman.
Oh,
Oh,
come
wow.
on,
Hey,
Jumpman.
that's one of the
The
games.
one of the best games on the Evercade.
That's one of the
Oh,
games
good
we'll talk
lord.
about today,
It's
actually.
so stiff, man.
Yeah, it's great.
Hey, we'll talk.
Jumpman,
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Jumpman. Look at it. My number one game of the C64 collection one.
We'll talk about it. Save it. Save it. Yeah, we'll talk about a few of those games, some brief news and polls, and maybe maybe some other stuff. Yeah, Gandalf is at like a Pinewood Derby like thing with his with the other hobbits, so he won't be able to join us, which is all good.
He should be streaming live on location.
Oh yeah, sure they'd love it. Yeah, that'd be funny, right?
We're here
Oh
live at the
man,
Pinewood Derby.
oh man. You know what? Let's see. Let's see. We got some people that just stepped in the door. Let's see. Who do we have in the chat? Let's say hi to some people. We have channel member Lloyd JRM, Sucker MC. We got Tuxo, Julian D, Archive Gig, if I can talk, Ian Hubbies, Ballistic Coffee Boy. We have Taz. We have channel member Jason Shears. We have the Intellivision Gamer. We have Forge member Disco74. We have Immortal Sorghum. My apologies if I mispronounced that right. We have Time Eternal and channel member Phantom Fiction. Hello, good morning, good evening, Chad. What's
You know,
up?
it, since there's Ballistic Coffee Boy, I was starting to wonder if there's an anti-ballistic beer man.
Maybe there should. Maybe there should be.
It'd be his mortal enemy.
That'd be funny. And we have DF. Crow's beard is epic.
Yeah, it looks nice, except yesterday when I was eating ribs. Then things start to get messy,
Yeah, ribs are great, but messy. Oh my goodness.
especially when you have a beard. I mostly have to take a shower when I'm done.
You're in job. You're like, in extreme cases, I have to use scissors, and oh god, I don't know.
No, that's too extreme. That's too extreme.
Kabbalistics is, I'm sure, somewhere in the world. Yeah. So how's everyone's week been going? Or is it just
Busy. I did.
Yeah.
Busy, dude.
Yeah.
I've got to start working probably 6 days a week, so that sucks.
Oh man, I'm sorry. But hey, work is what it is.
Well,
Work is what it is.
I did actually manage to play through all of Pico Arcade 1. I don't know if I did it all this week, but I kind of blew through that thing.
Shocker.
Hey, well, there's no RPGs in it.
True. Oh, you need a rib channel, I guess.
A rib channel. Crow eats ribs. It'd just be.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would probably do well on TikTok, man. Just like with the right music and just eat, like speed it up and just get all like get your beard all messy and that'd be funny. And then like show it in reverse. I don't know. We're giving you ideas.
That would be like 3 videos right there. Like one normal speed, one sped up, and then one in reverse.
Oh man, oh man. The rib continuum.
Rib continuum.
Reserve that channel name now.
No, I think it would just be Crow's Ribs since I have those other Crow channels.
Other Crow channels.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Most of them defunct, but
Most of them defunct, right? So we got a little bit of news. Actually, Richard's not here. He pointed this out because this was I don't want to say like announced under the radar, but like on it was announced. Actually, I don't even think on their Discord, just on Twitter. And so this is fun stock. Good news.
Oh,
We've cleared the
I
warehouse.
saw
and
this.
stuff.
This was emailed, so I saw an actually.
Oh, okay.
Where did I see this? There was something on Discord, I think, where they were like they posted something somewhere that said, "Keep your eye out. We have some hardware or something the next
Yeah.
for next day." So it
Yeah.
almost made it sound like they were going to announce some new, hardware variation, like a different color or something. But
Yeah.
it was just, oh, we
It
have
was just this.
stock of.
That's marketing 101. Draw a hype, right? Let's trick the consumers and then drop this.
Yes.
You know,
So they're gonna clear the stock out. So I was like, good
I don't
news.
follow Fun Stock on Twitter, so
Yeah, it could have been Twitter because I don't really watch Twitter, so I don't know how I knew about this, but I definitely got the email about this last chance sale.
I don't
Let
even
me
do
read
anything on
this.
Twitter.
Let me
Actually,
read
I don't
this
know
real
why I
quick.
have a Twitter account.
Good news, we've cleared
Well,
the
good
warehouse
news,
and found the last of our limited stock collection, including Evercade Limited Edition, Evercade VS Founders, Evercade Atomic Edition. We will go back on sale 2 p.m. GMT on Valentine's Day. Stay tuned. There.
Yeah, we can read.
I know, but that voice.
But we don't know if the audience
had to.
can.
That's true. They are
So here's
watching us. There's a good bet. There's a certain percentage.
Yeah.
Of course, they say one per customer. They don't say how many, but like, what did somebody say? What would happen if some limited edition breaks down? I assume you wouldn't be able to replace it. And they're like, no, we have enough stock for replacements.
So that's what I don't understand. They said like the stuff sold out, and then all of a sudden they found new stock. It's like,
Well, I can understand where they would sell out and then have a certain number in reserve.
yeah,
But like I don't know what quantities we're talking about here, where they're advertising it like this.
Well, if I had to suspect, because
yeah,
they have
I
to like
don't know.
hold
I don't
back
care
like
about this
10%.
garbage.
Like, wouldn't you say they have to hold back like probably, I don't know, 10%, and then they wait a while, and then if no one else reports failures, they're like, well, we just have this other stock sitting here.
Well,
Yeah,
they
they gotta wait a year, right, for warranties.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
black EXP kind of makes a bit sense because maybe they managed to get the ones that were stolen recovered,
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that could explain that, but the other two, I don't know.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I don't really care.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. I don't want to think about it too much. It's
I
just,
don't really care, to be honest with you. But I'm glad I don't follow Evercade or FunStop because that doesn't bother me that they put these tweets out. I found out from looking in Discord that Ed or someone posted.
Yeah, Rich posted
yeah,
that.
somebody posted it there. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I saw this in the email, so I kind of look at all my emails, so I saw
Ooh.
this through email.
I need
You
to
know
do
what?
that.
Yeah, I agree, Phantom. So some people who paid like on the secondary market. Yeah.
No, that they shouldn't be mad about that.
They
That was
shouldn't
their
be mad
choice
at
to
all.
overpay.
Yeah, that audience doesn't have any right to get upset.
Not so limited edition.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, have these in stock? A good sign. Not much returns. Yeah, I was surprised about the VS, the black one. To be honest, like, oh wow, they still have some stock of that.
Yeah, because what was it? The black one. That's the one that got the heating problems.
Is it? I
Like
never had.
Oh, you mean the
problem.
EXP?
The XP, yeah, the EXP has the heating problem. So someone paid $350 on eBay. They deserve to be mad for paying. Yeah, I guess they go yell at the clouds. I guess.
I know. Like, listen,
I don't know. I guess you can't fault someone for being mad, but I don't know what you do. Like I was mad at myself. I'll give you a very good analog, and it's apropos. Notice 2 really cool words I used there. I got toilet paper of the day, word of the day on my toilet paper. But
is that really a thing?
Yeah. I don't know. I got my ass off on this show.
It was a word of the day on a calendar. I never heard it on toilet paper rolls.
Yeah. Okay. Can we get back to my story before Ed goes loses his gasket there? Though I'm a huge. Everybody knows I'm a Diablo fan, right? Like I'm a mega Diablo fan. So
Yes.
I didn't get the Diablo Switch. I could have bought it millions of times for like the retail price, $300. And I didn't realize at the time that I had a custom back on the Switch, like it had artwork on it. I thought it was just a standard black Switch. So actually, and I didn't realize it came with a carrying case. And the dock has Switch art, Diablo art. So I actually went on eBay and picked it up. So I paid more on eBay than I would have if I just bought it originally.
Yeah, I've actually paid a little bit more for amiibos that I didn't pick up initially because then all of a sudden I really wanted them.
Yeah, and so I do get mad at myself, but I don't blame anyone. Just myself for, You know, not picking it up when I could have saved $50 or $100, right?
But yeah, it's like the same thing as like you don't know, like if you go somebody's scalping something and you decide to buy it, you don't know if you just wait a year, maybe like they'll start selling them at a halfway decent price, you know? Just
That's
because,
what this is, right? Like I question
yeah.
two things. A, they probably didn't buy the original because they didn't know about it, didn't have the money, or just passed on it, didn't want it, and then they got FOMO later. So
Yes.
Yeah. There's two sides of this, right? Like this kind of reminds me of like Ticketmaster a little bit. Like sometimes they'll sell tickets in waves in the secondary market. But so I I see both sides because when they say it's limited and when it's being like when it's done being sold, then you have the expectations that you missed out. But on the flip side, it's kind of cool that people can grab this. So I'm kind of mixed, like in the
We'll
yeah,
see.
it-
Did they ever
in the
sell
middle.
out of their limited edition super pockets?
No, and they won't.
to be fair, if you needed a backup system now, the Atomic one, like I'd be all over that. Like I only have one version of the Atomic one, and it's super nice.
Yeah. You know, the only problem I have with the Atomic one is that when you put up the Atomic theme on it, it's got that different music.
Yeah.
So my problem is that I kind of didn't like having that music playing all the time. I would have rather had the original music, but you can't change the theme without changing the music.
I think
So
that's an oversight. I think they're going to probably put that music back on.
I don't know. I just have it silent now because I could
They
just
should
turn
open
off
up
the
a
music.
cash shop on the Evercade and sell skins. Like that's what they need to do, right?
I don't know. I think
Not
people would,
so no.
I
Not
think
sell,
people would
no.
complain about that because they're all
Yes.
about not
Jesus.
having an
People
online
complain about
presence like for
everything.
purchase.
No,
So.
that would be microtransaction. No, that'd be microtransactions.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think for those who, I think what the one that'll for those who missed out who really want like the Duke Atomic, like now's your chance to grab it.
yeah, it's all just
The problem with buying this OG one is you get it with all 6 of those cards. Like somebody asked, like, can you just buy it by itself? And it's like no, like you.
Oh, that's right. It did get bundled with. Did it come with 6? I thought it came with. Yeah, I guess it came with the 4 arcade and then 2 regular console.
General member crash line. Yeah, so that's kind of the problem. But
I've got so much Evercade hardware now.
yeah,
I was like,
exactly,
I thought
dude.
when I thought they were announcing like a new color change, it's like the only way they'd get me to buy another one of something I already have is if they made it wood grained.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't mind, and I wouldn't put that past them if they do like a collection of something in that era. I don't know. I wouldn't put that past them at all. I mean, why not, right? Like, Atari's the only one doing something in that space.
Yeah,
I don't know. Hey, good for people to catch system. I think the black versions of the Evercade are just sweet looking anyway. So
Yeah, those are my favorite. No, I'm glad that they do this because before they release their next whatever console, like they need to get all everything for beta, and you know they have more work to do on the firmware for these consoles. So if they need to
we
make
just
money.
experienced it. I did. I went to update my C64 collection on the Evercade. It failed, gave me an error 7. So then I had to update it on my Super Pocket, update it there, then go back on my EXP and update it. I'm like, what?
Yeah. You went through what Rich had to do last time, and I had to do before. Yeah, it's crazy because imagine if you didn't have that, then you'd have to like roll the firmware back or do that on another Evercade device. That'd be what a pain. What a pain.
The good news is my battery was still good on my Tato Super Pocket. I mean, that's pretty well. I haven't charged this since before Christmas.
Yeah,
One win for the little
good.
guys.
I'm gonna say it's my least played device, so it still has a full charge. Sadly,
I'm actually, I don't know what my most played device in the Evercade is right now. Probably, to be honest with you, slanting more towards the VS than anything because it's right at my desk.
that's been mine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could easily tell you the VS. I played that like 99%
yes,
of the time.
You're anti
VS for life. All right.
I can plug an arcade stick. How? Come on.
All right. So I do want to let's jump over. Actually, this one let's see. What did we for participation? 131 votes because this one was kind of from last week. Kind of talked about like number of carts, and so I was curious. And I asked our viewers like, how many do they think? Since you know, not everybody's crazy like us and buys every single one. So what do people want? And I said, how many should Blaze do? Right. Good. 6 to 8. Yeah, 13%, not surprised. But what's interesting, 10 to 12, and as many as they can, like, are neck and neck. And then 12 to 14, that's really low. So I think this is telling me is you have people that kind of like, hey, let's have the equivalent of one every month or a little bit less. And some people are just like, pump out as many. I don't know if this is a troll, though. I don't know. But yeah, for me, I'm in the 10 to 12.
I'm in the 6 to 8.
Did somebody see?
That'd be too low.
No, I don't
I'm
think
fine
so.
with that though, because they need to breathe. Like they've been making a lot of mistakes software wise, like and hardware wise. They just need to breathe. I think 6 to 8 would be good this year.
Yeah, they've been breathing. They haven't been saying much at all.
No, I mean they've been trying to do too much. I'd like to have 6 to 8 bangers, like Duke Nukem
Did you
caliber.
see? I don't know if anybody's pointed this typo out in the manual for.
Wait, you will.
One. Yeah, I will, and I will
Yes.
do it right now. Actually, let's see here. Hang on a second. Let's see if I can get this focused in. Yeah, okay, here we go. So I'm gonna try and focus in on this. I posted this on my in my community post, but let's see if we can zoom in on this. I can zoom in. Oh wait, that's wrong. One slider.
There we go. Oh God, we're gonna go blind.
Hang on. Come on, I can't even grab the slider. There we go. Okay, look at Jedi Ryan here. Oops, that's too far. There we go. See anything wrong there? Jedi Ryan's power moves?
No, they missed the button. There's no buttons.
No, the button is the power swear. How does he have a power?
Oh, I was like, plus.
It's supposed to be power spear, not
Yes.
power swear.
You know what? The funny thing is,
I love how like the Canadian.
A card a month. Yeah, no, of all the mistakes, yeah, I never, man, dude, never done
Education system, we win, Canada. Woo yeah, booyah.
Power swear. Yeah, I think though, like
a power swear me sometimes. Like when I get like fed up, I'm just
yeah. I do that.
I thought it would have been really funny if he really did, just power swear like crazy.
Yeah, that would be man. What a fighting game! Just
he'd be my favorite game character of all time.
Yeah, just dropping the C word as a finisher. That would break America if they, because in America you can't use the C word. Everybody gets upset, but like in Canada and Britain, it's just a word.
Yeah, different culture.
Well, yeah, it's just language being different. It's like,
yeah,
certain words mean totally different things in other countries.
Drop the C word in the States.
Yeah.
What are some people saying? Oh, that's kind of funny. PK, one per year indie heroes. He's like, no, just kidding. Getting burned out. If you were, PK agrees with you. If you were higher quality collections, I'm like, why not both?
Nah, you can't get both. You can only have one.
Toxa wants roughly a pair every other month. Yeah, the equivalent of that. Whatever they decide.
Okay, well, Ed, you're playing with your poll. I'm gonna go get my coffee.
sounds good. Sounds good, man. Rather see quality and innovation over quantity. If you're releasing 2 carts every couple of months would be managed. Yeah, that seems to be a lot of the consensus. Game Freak quality, definitely. The only reason I have 23 carts, 6 to 8. I think 12 games paced out, 1 per month. That's what I like personally.
Yeah, one per month seems
quality
like the maximum they should do.
Oh, thanks, dude. 2 per month. No, 2 per month, 24 over a year. Wow, that works out. That would be too much. As many as they can.
How many did they release last year? Like
I think 14, which is a little bit.
I could actually easily find that out because I keep track of this stuff. Let's see here.
Yeah, 14.
But here, 2023, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
God.
15.
Yeah. Here's the other thing that I want them to do with that Blaze can't get right for some reason. And I don't understand why this is hard. Keep a schedule. And what I mean is be consistent.
That doesn't always work out in 1, 2.
But
if
you plan it, if you plan the logistics. But what I mean is that the second half of the year we get a flood of carts at once. But I kind of like just getting the equivalent of 1 a month, because then it forces you to spend more time and play the game. So and I like the consistency, because sometimes we've gone weeks without a cart, and then all of a sudden we'll get a bunch of them. It's like, man.
It looked like they in 2022 only released 10 cartridges. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, only 10 in 2022. I think it was 12 in 2021. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 in 2020.
Huh. Yeah.
They're hovering between like 10 and 15 a year.
Yeah. 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 And it's like it's a lot. Yeah, I just like the consistency because it's just nice to know, hey, that at the end of, really, I wish, well, I guess because it saves on the shipping, but yeah, I kind of like the one every just getting one every month was kind of neat. But what, like two every 2 months, I can live with that because it's just it's part of this for me. It's neat to get something in the mail, like it's Christmas and
But you could just order off of Amazon and get stuff in the mail.
oh, dude, are they back in stock? I gotta, you know what? I gotta email them and be like, hey, I want my replacement for Duke Nukem 2.
Did you never get that taken care of?
No, well, they said that their supplier said at the end of
Oh,
February.
okay. So you were just waiting for them still.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, just to share this tab instead. Yeah, Duke Nukem Collection 1. Yeah. So I'm gonna email them. Actually, I'm gonna email them with a screenshot on their website and say, hey, I see you have these back in stock. Can you please send me my replacement? And see what they.
Maybe they're
and
like
see-
already
and-
on it. You know.
That would be nice. Yeah. And just yeah, no, I do, man. And that's why no, I do, because that's why I say, like, here's the thing. It's an experience, right? It's like the whole part of the collectability and all that and discovery. And that's why, like, if you just want to play games themselves, then you can download the ROM dumps. But if you like everything else that goes with the Evercade ecosystem, then there you go.
Yeah, you would never know. You would never know Jedi Ryan had a power swear unless you had that manual.
Yeah, I know. That's great. Hey, that's like the best thing to come out of those games.
It's not the worst error I've seen. The worst error was, I think, when they posted the wrong picture for the wrong game, and the game they posted the picture of wasn't even in that collection. The worst error, though, was them messing up Asteroids Deluxe, like getting the wrong game.
Oh yeah, get the wrong. Yeah,
it may not be entirely their fault, but they're still the ones that released it like that.
right. Who knows? Maybe we'll get those. Maybe we'll get those fixed or not.
No, I don't think Atari's that one's ever getting fixed, because they would have to get the ROM from Atari, and I don't think, and since that cartridge is being discontinued, why would they fix it?
Thanks, dude. No, and that's why I say, like, really, Evercade is the main thing that gets me excited. Like, really, the only I go through cycles, and so, like, video game. Otherwise, the only thing I've been playing is just, like, with my kiddo, is just like Stardew Valley. I mean, that's on my Steam Deck. That's really it. Otherwise, yeah, Evercade does get me excited.
I was playing Frog Fractions yesterday.
Frog Fractions.
I'm playing Helldivers.
Helldivers. I don't know why the hell I said that.
The first one, again, on my Vita.
All right,
Helldivers 2 is okay, but like, I'd rather Helldivers 1.
I might have a problem because I started getting hooked on Idol Slayer again.
You want to be idle. So
it's a game that it kind of plays itself while you're not playing, but you could do better when you're playing. It's really just an infinitely scrolling platformer of sorts that you really can't die. But
speaking of platformers, no, I don't know if this is what do you guys think of Impossible Mission?
Great game. Once you figure out how to play it, it's a great game.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, tell me why you really like it, because I can tell you.
Because you gotta search everything in your world, right? Like,
yeah, it's a great game. I had a real problem trying to figure out how to put together the pieces. Like right there, you just get a piece. When you're in the hallways and stuff, you can bring up your mini computer, and then you can put together the codes. I can't remember. It's like to unlock a door or something for the final boss. It's kind of messing me up because I've more recently played Impossible Mission 2, and I actually like the puzzle system in that one better because I understood it better. This was harder to understand the way the puzzles fit together, and it's more complicated. But fortunately, with your computer, you could just spend a little time and ask for help, and the computer will help you out. Now, I wound up doing that. You just have to not get hit a lot, because basically this whole game runs on a time limit. Basically, it's like 24 in-game hours for you to complete the game, I think. And every time you die, it takes away time. So that's why you could die. That's why you don't have a certain number of lives in this game.
Okay, this part right here, this is why I don't like this game. that jump in the controls are so frustrating. Like, look at that.
Well,
That's what
I'm
ruined the game
probably
for me.
trying. I think if you fast forward, I think this is just a really quick game that I did. You don't have to do things the way I was doing them here. I was just being really stubborn, trying
But it's
to
yeah. But for
to
me,
get that.
it's the controls. It's just like you don't have a gun, and just to like jump around and get to all this stuff is so friggin' frustrating. So that's
So you don't like the game because you don't have a gun.
well, you know, well that would be nice. No, I don't like the game because the controls blow.
No, the controls are fine. There's nothing wrong with the controls.
the,
The action's really smooth. Yeah.
the jumping though, like just to try to get out of the way, and then the backgrounds and the colors of the level are just kind of like really look really drab and boring.
Okay,
Like,
here's the other thing though too. Here's the problem with a problem with this Evercade version is when you start up the game. Basically, every time you start the game, it's supposed to be random. Okay, like the whole level and everything's supposed to be random. But the problem is because the Evercade uses a save state when you boot it up to immediately start you at the beginning of the game. Every time you start up the game, it's the same game. So what you kind of have to do is bring up the keyboard and hit a button to reset the game, and then you get a random game. I can't remember which key on the keyboard you have to do, but yeah. But this is a platforming puzzle game, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. Yeah, it was always difficult for me to understand this game, and it wasn't until I was playing it on Evercade. Like even the manuals, I was looking up so many documentations on how to solve the puzzles, and I couldn't figure it out until I actually had to watch somebody else playing the game. I guess it was just me being dense or something because other people have figured it out by reading manuals and
well,
stuff.
Phantom likes it.
But,
I mean, which is cool. It's just this game definitely wasn't for me.
Personally, I think overall though I like Impossible Mission 2 better though, just because the puzzles were a little bit easier to solve with the music notes and everything. It's a little bit different. You had more abilities at your disposal, like you could blow up, you could lay mines and stuff. But well, I'll get to that game whenever we get the C64 collection too.
I think I would like it more if you could just if you could jump over if you could jump over enemies.
You can. I just wasn't doing it right in that room.
Yeah, but
you saw me just jump over. You saw me jump over stuff here.
Oh, good.
You can jump over almost anything.
Yeah, you just have to
and you have to, and all the robots look the same, but you have to look for their behavioral patterns because some of them won't shoot you.
All the robots look the same. Oh, it's all good. He's a robotist.
Well, they literally are the same sprite, but they all have different behaviors.
Yeah, no, they listen, they do, and listen. Let's put it this way. Here's one of the things in my job. I have to be very patient with other people, and so when it comes into my personal life, something where I want to sit down and enjoy, like I admit, I like to turn my brain off, and I don't want to have to I don't want to have patience.
Yeah, this is a puzzle solving game as well. Not only is it platform puzzle solving, but there's literally a big giant puzzle for you to solve.
Yeah, I think that's what's a little more different. Like the whole thing is a puzzle versus like puzzles in a room. Yeah, I hear you.
But
I wonder if it's cold inside those rooms. The dude has a tank on top. Maybe it's more.
I thought he was wearing a white shirt.
Isn't it? Oh no, it's a tank top. I guess, right?
Well, I guess it's because this shirt is the same color as his head. It looks like that maybe he's not wearing. He's wearing something sleeveless. But yeah, this is a good game. The first time I ever played it though was on the Atari 7800, and apparently that version of the game is literally impossible due to a bug.
Oh, well, that sucks. I'm sure.
White shirt with a vest. That's what I thought.
I bet somebody's probably patched that nowadays. Like if you want to play it on emulation, but if you want to use the original cart, that kind of blows. Yeah, it's broken.
Yes.
Oh man, we didn't expect you to get to this level.
It, but...
Yeah. Oh, Han Solo. Yeah, it kind of does give that vibe.
Yeah, Han Solo. Yes. But the other thing we haven't even mentioned is one of the main reasons people remember this game is because of the speech. This is one of the first games that had all the speech in it. Like when you start to beat the game, he goes, "Stay a while, stay forever," and then you got the screaming, and then the other big speech, the speech at that you get is at the end of the game when you beat it. where the mad scientist is like, no.
Oh, apparently the PAL version's fine. So only in the United
Okay,
States
yeah.
we got screwed.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That is funny since they call it impossible mission. So yeah, they were just making it impossible to be.
Yes. To be honest,
Oh
I
man.
still totally don't even get how to solve the puzzles, like the puzzle pieces rotating and stuff. I could never get them to match up. They never look like they're gonna match up, and when they do, so I used the computer a lot in this to get hints on how to solve the puzzle.
It's somebody's favorite game out there, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's a bad game at all. Where did I put it on my list? I put it as
4 out of 10, maybe a 5.
I gave it a 9 out of 10. Actually, I put this right behind Jumpman.
Yeah, that's what makes sense for you.
Oh, we'll get to Elder Alpha. Elba.
Yes. Wow.
Like the actor. I can see what you did there. You know what? Let's. Anything else you guys want to say about that before we move on to the next game?
I think we're good with Impossible Mission. It's a fairly popular game. Maybe one of the more popular games in this collection that most people know about.
Okay.
Okay,
right.
this game. Wow. This game is really complicated.
Dude, so so the music is really awesome. I wanted to like this game, but like, see if we.
Well, you have to figure out how to play it, and
I don't like this. There's way too much going on, too much flashing lights, too much.
Yeah, I like the flashing lights, to be honest. This is a Jeff Minter game, and this totally looks like a Jeff Minter game. So, but this plays so bizarrely. Like the rules of the game, I don't like those bomb things. That's one of the reasons I didn't really like. Where did I put this game? Did I say it was okay? No, yeah, I did. I said this was just okay. I gave it a 6 out of 10 because you really the bombs are just gonna destroy you the first time. You really have to figure out how to get past them. I don't know. Did you figure out?
I could tell they were trying to do something different, but look out, and you can go both directions. Like I guess I was expecting it to be like a real shoot 'em up.
Guess what? This is not really a shoot 'em up.
No.
This is, and if you notice, you have a ship on the bottom too. You don't even get the full effect of the game until like at least 3 levels in, because you wind up having to play 2 games at the same time. You see the ship on the bottom? Right now, it's just showing you like a map of the level. When you get further in the game, it actually becomes double-sided. And you wind up playing the same game forward and in reverse, like at the top screen and at the bottom of the screen. And you have to shoot. Here's the thing, is you have to shoot so much stuff, but you can't shoot too much stuff, because if you shoot too much stuff, you'll get destroyed. If you don't shoot enough stuff, you'll get destroyed. And you can tell whether or not you're going to get destroyed or not by the color of your ship. So if you're white, if your ship is white, I think it's white, and you destroy more stuff, you're going to get destroyed. Conversely, if it's too dark and you don't destroy stuff fast enough, you're going to get destroyed. And you do hit, yeah.
And it has its own weird rules.
Yes. And when you get further in the game, you have to do the same thing on the bottom of the screen. So you have to make sure that the bottom guy also is not going to get over destroyed or not destroyed. And then that's why you have 2 energy meters in the bottom of the screen. And that's why you have the thing in the lower left-hand corner that's showing you like I think it's the entropy levels of the upper half and the upside down half. So skip further into the video.
So
you might be able to see.
It's the stupid bombs that drive me nuts.
Yeah, it's the bombs. The bombs are really overkill.
They're like sticky bombs, and they get on you.
Yes, exactly. They come right at you. This game would be more tolerable if it weren't for those bombs, I think.
Oh yeah, I mean it plays well. It's over complicated in design.
But the funny thing is, like, once you get past the bombs, they go away for a while.
I'll skip forward, but I just want to. So here's the other. Yeah, I agree with overcomplicate. So here's the thing that would make this game better. See how there's like all this taking up real estate, and then how it's divided. Like you only have like this small of a screen, and there's so much going on.
Which part is taking up real estate?
So this whole warp gate, so the warp gate.
Yeah, you see what it says. Where you know it says warp
But
gate,
right,
bay core,
yeah.
and not core? That's actually taking up the bottom half of the screen that's not being used at this point.
Well,
When you get further in the game, that all gets replaced with the
okay,
other
so
part
that's
of the game.
yeah, but that's what I mean though. Like you only have like a third of the normal screen, and if there's too much going,
Yeah,
I think
but the thing is, you have your meter, your score at the bottom. So you have the score at the
yeah.
top, the score at the bottom, and all that information is necessary. But then
But
when
I'm
you
just
have
saying
warp
whoever,
gate,
yeah. But I'm
yeah,
saying whoever designed this, they should have had if they had like a better layout and if they didn't overcomplicate it with all
that would
these
be
things.
Jeff Minter. That's who designed this. um,
That's
and
what I mean. Like that's for me. That's like for me. I would that was
yes,
like a
this is one
flaw,
of his more
like in the
complicated.
design.
Okay, so this was a game I put at the beginning of the video that was just kind of like a really quick game, I guess. So what I do sometimes is I'll do a game that I'll play without using save states, and that was the game I played without using save states. So this game is probably the game I use save states on, but I edited the save states out, so it looks like I'm playing it way better than I actually would.
Right.
But if you go ahead and just skip forward in the video, you'll see that once you get to a certain level and the
More.
bottom half of the screen, I mean, I don't think most people will ever actually play the game fully. But right now, the bottom half of the screen is there you go. That is what the game actually plays like when you get like at least 3 levels in. So you're playing 2 games at the same time.
See, that's what's nuts. If they just had gotten rid of that bottom part of the screen, I think it would, and then kind of condensed some of that. Then I think it would have been for me. It would have been better.
But you can't. When I say you're playing both at the same time, you could actually switch sides too to control specifically one side or the other. But yeah,
dang.
I think this was the whole purpose of the game, like to have a game where you're controlling 2 at the same time. And I think the first couple levels was just to ease you into it, so you wouldn't have to worry about 2 at the same time.
This seems like a game that that tell you it was like designed by a software engineer, very overcomplicated, trying to do like way too much, and like
Yes,
he made the game for him and thought that like your average person's brain probably works like this and would enjoy it. I don't know. That's my.
But yeah, a lot of Jeff Minter games though aren't this complicated, but they are like fast and flashy with lots of.
Gotcha. No, but that's cool though, man. That you give the in-depth explanations. Like I get why they designed it that way, but it's just.
I think I spent like a day or 2 just trying to figure out how to play this game, including watching other people's videos on this game.
I guess like for me, like if I'm in the middle of a game, something, let's say like Cathedral, and I get like stuck on a bot like that, I like will watch a video because I like motivation because I'm already into it. But just to start off to play a game, if I have to.
Well, see, when you start off the game, I think you could actually do kind of fine. The problem is when you start the game, the first instinct is shoot everything. The problem is, if you shoot everything, you're just gonna die because when you shoot too much stuff, you'll explode.
Man, that's the point of a shooter. That's like
this isn't a shooter though. This you can shoot just because it's a shooter. Just because you can shoot doesn't mean it's a shoot 'em up. It's a shoot 'em up where you can't shoot. Like when you turn it white, you have to like land. And I think when you about to overload, you're supposed to land, and then that's when those things shoot out of them. That's you releasing that energy. But yeah, and then when you go the other way, that's like going backwards in health, and then eventually you'll get destroyed.
Answer sure the crow couldn't get it, and he's brainy.
Yeah, I couldn't. I kind of get it now, and it's been a while since I played it, so I might not getting everything 100% correct because it has been quite a while since I played this. But I did figure it out enough to get, at least into the part of the game where you can play. Oh, there's actually a hidden game inside there too. Actually, there might be 2 hidden games inside this.
Ooh.
I might have actually put it in the video. I don't remember now. I really don't remember what those games were. But there's like a hidden snake game, I think, in this game.
Yeah, too much.
And then like a hidden game of life in this game.
Ooh, that's kind of cool. All right, let's talk about a game that isn't as complicated. That of these 3 might be the best, but there's still There's still 2 for okay. So with me, I like the concept. It is really fun, But there's one thing that is so like I have to play this game with the volume off. Like the sounds in this is just like
Really, I like
so
the sound.
for me, it's again for me I mean, let me put it this way. Like for me, like I know like I do have like sensory issues, so it could just be me. But like it's just like I mean, somebody else tell me if they find the sound annoying. Otherwise, it's fun. The controls feel a little bit stiff, but I will say this is one of the better games on the card.
Okay,
sure.
well, do you know that you can change the speed in which your character runs?
No.
You do have to pull up the virtual keyboard and press like what I'm doing now. Okay, well, what I'm doing now is actually hitting the buttons. But when the game starts, you can bring up the keyboard and hit a number 1 through 8, and that could run speed. See, that's where it says run speed. I'm playing at run speed 2. I think it starts at run speed 4, which I think is too slow. I think run speed 1 is a little bit too fast for me, so I always play this at run speed 2. But that's where I'm most comfortable playing this game, and I think it actually slows the whole game down too a little bit. But if you play it at a higher run speed, I think it's backwards a little bit. So I think if you play at run speed 8, it's the slowest. Yeah, play it at run speed 8, and it's just really slow. Like,
oh god, I might have messed with that. I can't remember, but yeah, this one was kind of fun.
Yes, and it's really weird is that what I like about it is it's like kind of like trial and error a little bit, because when you grab a bomb, you don't know what's going to happen sometimes. There's certain levels where you grab a bomb and all the platforms disappear. They become invisible. And then you grab another one and they reappear. And they just keep disappearing and reappearing. There's another one where there a lot of them where you grab a bomb and a part of the map or part of platform disappears. So it's a lot of trial and error. Like in these one have the robots. There's actually a couple of levels where you get a gun in this game and you can shoot.
Yeah, for me, this and like Lee were the two were the two best games, because this was like it's its own game, but it's Donkey Kong-ish, if that's fair to say, but not. You know what I mean? Like it kind of, I don't know.
Well, I guess because it's got ladders and platforms.
Yeah, yeah.
Nowhere as good as Donkey Kong.
I'd say it's better.
No, God, no.
There's way more levels in this than Donkey Kong.
Yeah, but I mean, you're still playing very clumsy controls, I find. Like, I mean, it's not a bad game. It's just I find very clumsy.
I actually find the controls very solid.
Huh. Interesting. Two different opinions.
The thing you have to get used to too is that when you hit a platform, you're stuck in the platform. And
thank you. Yes. Yeah. That drove me nuts in the beginning.
But you could use it to your advantage. Once you know about it, you know that okay, well, if my head can hit this platform, then I'm not going to fall to my death. Jumping
did
blocks.
you guys know that Game Freak lives in his basement? No, I thought that was pretty. I thought that was pretty funny. Some people thought that he did. I mean, technically, you could say that about any. You could say that about any YouTuber, right?
Yeah. I'm in my basement right now.
There you go. Crow literally lives in his basement.
I don't have a basement. I have.
We don't have those here in Texas for the soil, and especially for the soil and the flooding.
Well, I have a split level, so it's only like half as deep as a regular basement.
But Jumpman. I want to say this and Lee got probably I played the most on this card for sure.
And get ready, because Commodore C64 Collection 3 has Jumpman Jr.
Okay.
Which is actually the only reason Jumpman Jr. exists is because they wanted to put Jumpman on a cartridge, but it was too big of a game for a cartridge. So the Jumpman Jr. has like half the levels, but it's different levels.
Oh, okay. See, I was wondering if it was like a sequel or like Donkey Kong Jr. or like
It's Jumpman Jr. because it's a smaller game.
Oh, okay. And it's hilarious to hear like nowadays, like because the game was too like large back then. And like it's like we could only fit like 5K and this game is 12K. I don't know, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, because believe it or not, like a disc, a disc was too big for a cartridge.
Yeah, that's how far along we've gone in technology. Yeah, that's right. The one is around the corner. You know, I should have worn my Commodore 64 shirt today. Oh well. I'll wear it definitely for these or at my Omega C64 show. I'll wear it for these videos when I take a look at them. But
To be honest, when I first got the EXP, I would play this game in the EXP the most, handheld mode.
oh, nice.
This is easily one of my favorite games, my favorite Evercade games.
Really, just Jumpman.
Jumpman, yeah.
Yeah, cool,
even
cool,
though
cool.
I only gave it a 9 out of 10 for some reason, it's still one of my
Oh
favorites.
wow,
It's one game I'll keep going back to play on the Evercade.
nice. Yeah, that's good. Actually, I kind of after doing this makes me want to makes me want to go back and play this more. Oh, so
There's a
what I
glitch
did-
where the ladder's stuck on me.
Speaking of top game, so one thing I did like since we mentioned that you guys want to like go over Blaze's like their top 5 8-bit games in Evercade, because I thought that was I think we were talking a little bit about before the show. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not the best, but they're claiming that all of these games can be considered the best.
Yeah, this like well, so sometimes here kind of my thoughts on that. Like sometimes when we see these, I wonder, and I'm being dead serious. I wonder sometimes about the same person who curates the collections, because it's interesting. It's interesting choices, right? Like I know we kind of peaked like 5 of the best, right? That's a strong
Well, hopefully
statement.
you would think that they would be only trying to put the best games on the Evercade to begin with, which they don't.
Yes. like Star Luster is okay, because like this game I never really got into. Is this really one of the best 8-bit games?
I could say I could give Star Luster a pass because I could see where people would really enjoy Star Luster.
But can't you say that with every pick?
Yes, but I would say more people would. It depends on, at least even the worst game you can think of, somebody likes it.
Yeah, exactly, right.
So, but it's like the number of people that like the game or would say it's one of their favorite games. I think Star Luster would be one of those games where a significant amount of people would enjoy it.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, it just seems. This one just seems like an odd choice. And then so like fine.
I gave it a 7 out of 10. So I'll say that's okay. And like River City Ransom, I don't disagree that this is on the list. A lot of people like
classic.
Yeah. That's what I kind of mean. Like some games that are more recognizable, that like, oh yeah, it's like this makes sense. A River City Ransom, I'm like, okay, it's one of those ones I probably need to go back and play some more. Like that belongs.
Oh, you know what's funny is like if you go to You Can Beat Video Games, he has a whole video on how to play through the game. And
oh wow,
yeah,
Sweet.
So he did a video on River City Ransom, and it was really interesting.
Well, I think Firehawk is innovative and it's different. None of the Codemaster games belong on this list. I'm sorry.
No, actually, see here.
No.
I'm looking at my favorite 8-bit game of the Codemasters collection was Big Nose the Caveman.
Oh yeah, great game. Great game.
Firehawk though, it's one of those games where like I don't know, like
collection was Firehawk on? Was that in?
It's on that same collection. It's on that same collection on Codemasters. Yeah. No, it's on one of the Dizzy collections, isn't it?
That's what it's Oliver Twins. That's why I couldn't find it. It's like
they're all by Codemasters, but this game, like the first level was fun and then gets frustrating. And I
gave it a 6 out of 10, but I gave it a 6 out of 10, but I wouldn't call this the best. I would say bare minimum, I would have to give it a 7 out of 10. And this one, Firehawk,
Yeah, I didn't mind Firehawk, but I don't see it on this list as a best of. When you put best of out there, you got to have some bangers, right?
Exactly, Pete. Yeah.
Well, especially when there's other games that were overlooked,
Yeah.
like B-52. Like really, this game.
Again, I gave this one a 6 out of 10 as well. I didn't think it was a bad game, but I don't think it was one of the best.
No,
it's different, right?
Yeah. Okay, so now they got it right. Blaster Master. Now they got it right. It's like,
well, you could put all the Blaster Masters that's on the Evercade on this list, and you'd be fine.
Yes.
But they wouldn't all be 8-bit. But
yeah, when I hear best of the best, I'm like, you all need to list S and A tier games. That's what I think of when you say the best of the best. If you just, and maybe they, you could say, well maybe we're being
nitpicky. Has to
nitpicky.
be S tier. Because the best is probably A tiers. The best of the best would be S tier.
Yeah. Okay, 5. Yeah, you're right. 5 of the best. Yeah, maybe it's more of a play on marketing. But when I hear the best, To me, this would be a list that if somebody just got an Evercade, you'd recommend that they buy these carts. I don't know.
Maybe it's the carts that they have lots of stock in.
Yeah. Well, no, they can't because one of them is has in the Technos collection.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's gone. Yeah.
Maybe they went rummaging in the warehouse and found more of them.
So,
hey, guess what? We found more Technos collection.
so
Look at
oh my
that.
god,
Just magically,
that'd be
we found
funny.
another 1,000 of them.
Actually, people would be happy. So you know what, Immortal? I'm glad you brought that up because like when I did my ranking of video of all the carts last year, I explained in detail for me why I gave like the difference between an S and an A. And I think it's important when anyone who needs those rating systems to define what you mean. Otherwise, it's kind of useless if you leave it up to the interpretations. Like explain what it means to you so people can understand. I don't know. You know what I mean? That's it's kind of like if I ask somebody, well, hey, how much does this cost? And someone says, oh, that's expensive. Well, what is expensive to you? Like $10 could be expensive to somebody. 1,000. I hate like answers that aren't like
you would
absolutes.
hate my
like
wife
that.
when
It's
I
like,
ask her how much something was. She just tells me money.
yeah. Oh, did she just say money, or did she actually say the cost?
No, she says money. She literally says money.
That's
how much
funny.
was it? Money. What do you want to eat? Food. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because different things, like if it's like, hey, well, like, these Taylor Swift tickets are expensive. Well, yeah, to a Taylor Swift fan, they would pay like some maybe would pay $400. Some people maybe wouldn't pay $4. So, you know what I mean? So that's no knock on Taylor Swift, but that was just an example that came to my head. You know what I mean? So it's like, fill the back of the sofa from the adverts. Oh God, they're that powerful. They can
from the adverts.
They can knock you. They can knock you back there. So yeah, what else? Anything else Evercade related that you guys want to bring up or talk about?
No.
I've
I
played
can't think
through
of anything.
I've just played through got through all of Pico Arcade 1. That was interesting. Wow.
Yeah, it is. It's like Pico Arcade 1, Aka Galeco Arcade 3. I mean,
Galco at least was unique. Almost every game in Pico Arcade 1 felt like I was playing a bootleg.
Pico has an interesting. So the problem with Pico is because like in the beginning, Pico gave Blaze like all like they're like, hey, here's all our best stuff. So it's like, where do it's like, where do you go from there? Like, maybe they didn't know that they didn't know that Evercade would survive beyond the first 10 carts. Who knows, right?
Well, no, Pico's just around. They're giving games to everybody, everywhere. Because that's what all Pico does is collect all these all defunct game properties. That's all they do.
Yeah, but kind of like Mega Cats is the same, like kind of like the same way. Like their
No.
best games
Mega Cats is not the same way because those are all indie games. Those are all games that are new for older systems.
But what I mean is like as we've gotten other collections, like they haven't been as good as the first the first one.
You mean like Pico Arcade Collection one?
Yeah. Like Pico, like that's what I mean. Like
I know a lot of people like that one. I never saw what the big deal with Pico Arcade Collection 1 was. Those were all games I've already played.
Yeah, because it's one of the few collections that has quantity and quality. Like it has a lot of bangers on it, a lot of variety.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that great. Okay, so Dragon View, really good. Cannon and Water Margin. Cannon and Water Margin were Korean games that were translated. So yeah, those were kind of new games. Those in a way to us. But then we got Top Racer, Iron Commando, Switchblade.
Yeah, those are all fun. Yeah,
I would say like most of the games in the collection were like a 6 or lower. Ooh. There were only a handful of really, really good games in that one.
Yeah. No, I know Rich really no, but it like when I first got the Everkit, like that was when it was just like it really shows off kind of like the variety of what the Everkit to be capable of. But no, I'm just like with Mega
Pico Arcade 1. But Pico Arcade 1 does have Jedi Ryan doing power swears. So what about Fancy World? Earth of Crisis. What about the intro of that game where the Earth is being held hostage with a gun? You remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good. I'm just saying with other collections, like when you like that come out, like Atari 1, Atari. I'm just saying like different other like they kind of live up with Mega Cats and Pico have been kind of wonky. Oh wait, they remastered Gargoyles. Really? Disney, dude, yeah. Well, Disney just they're trying to make the next like Epics, with the Epic Game Store, they're trying to do like the next like thing. So I don't know about that, but that would be like Disney Afternoon. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Like DuckTales. Pico Arcade is
DuckTales.
very meh.
Woo! Talk about DuckTales. Woo!
You know what? I hate like I have that song on my on my favorite Spotify
Man, I love
playlist.
DuckTales Tailspin.
Yes. Yeah, I have. Yeah, dude. Yeah, no kidding. I love that. I love that cartoon. I was. Let's just like when did the first movie come out? God, what was I? Maybe like 12. Like I was too old to go to the movie theater to see that with my parents, but they wanted to come with me for some reason, and I remember it being like really weird. But maybe because
What movie was that?
DuckTales.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
Yeah, so it's like I was too old to go to the theater to see that, and too old, especially with my parents. I don't know. I don't know why they wanted to go to see that because they weren't into that. But
You're never too old to go see a cartoon.
But like Disney stuff it's true. I guess for adults and kids, but for a 12-year-old, it was just kind of. I'll have to check out Gargoyles. Okay, that's cool. Good to know.
Yeah, Gargoyles is a great video game. Great video game.
Which one did they? The one for Super Nintendo, or 'cause I know there was like several Gargoyles.
Gargoyle. I played the one on Game Boy Advance or Game Boy.
Okay, Gargoyles remastered. It's gotten mixed reviews.
Yeah, the remaster. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a game that goes on sale for $5. I'll consider it.
You are a sucking baby. I love that.
I've had this up for a while.
Oh, okay, yeah. I don't know. It's like
when I think of Pico Arcade 1, this is what I think of.
Well, at least you could, at least it gives us some entertainment, right? But it's just, I don't know, when you have like Street Fighter and stuff, it's like, yeah.
Oh, I have bigger problems with Dragon. Was it Dragon Fury? Yeah, I think it's Dragon's Fury. Or is it? No, it's Dragon's Master, and then it's Master's Fury. Those were the two fighting games on there. Dragon Master has a really weird mechanic in it. I hate. And then Dragon Master is just, hey, let's take all the sprites from Neo Geo games and modify them to make them different characters.
Yeah, that's kind of what that reminds me of too. But yeah, I mean the discovery is neat. I mean, even like the regular like Pico 3 was just a little bit hit or miss. Had some, had a few good games on it, but you never know. I mean, that's the kind of thing with it. See, I think that it's kind of like
I just played that one.
If there were too many bangers, then I don't know, would we still appreciate them as much, or if there weren't as many? I don't know. It's kind of weird with the weird ecosystem. I still want them to come out with Gremlin Collection 3 this year.
3? Gremlin Collection 3?
That's kind of like the joke, right? Because there wasn't
because there's no Gremlin Collection 2?
Yes.
I don't get it. Oh, so you're hoping for 2 Gremlin collections? That's
no, I forget who. No, I forget who said that initially. One of us said that, like, or maybe it was some of the audience, like Gremlin 3. Yeah, that they would do. No, like, listen, I think like as far as like for the Evercade ecosystem, it wouldn't be, but I would have a lot of fun making content on it. That's why.
Gremlin Collection 2 better just have the Gremlins movie games on it.
No kid, especially, dude. If that came out, especially like for April Fools, I would. Oh my god, yeah, I would really try to keep my composure and like make a satirical video and say this is like the best cart like to ever exist. Oh, I don't know if I could. That'd be difficult. I'd have to see if I could do that and keep a straight face. But you never know. And then what if like something like really does like surprise us on that. Pete would love Worms 4 Time for Fishing.
Oh man, there's so many Worms 4. It'd be more like Worms 10 or something because there's already like so many games, not even spin-offs, just games in that Worms series. There's Worms 2, Worms Director's Cut. There's Worms World Party, Worms Armageddon, Worms WMD.
You're like the Bubba Gump of like Worms.
Oh, Worms WMD is a newer game though.
Yeah, the Worms WMD I think is the newest game.
That's not a bad game actually.
It's exactly the same as Armageddon, except you've got weapons of.
But it's got modern controls and setups and all that stuff. It's just better design.
I guess I never really noticed because they all play the same on PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't notice stuff that makes us common folk on controllers.
Mouse and keyboard. Yeah, right. Well, we'll see if we get that for the
All
VS.
right.
Maybe. Well, anything else you all want to talk about, or have we come to the final thoughts portion of our program?
Well, we never know when we're gonna die, so they could all be final thoughts.
Oh,
Ooh, that's pretty
morbid SOP.
that's pretty a morbid sense. Oh man,
You're a bad man, Mr. Crow.
big licenses. I know, big licenses.
I was sorting my hockey cards for the last 5 minutes.
Nice.
I gotta sort some hockey cards today, so I'm really looking forward to just not looking on screens today and just sorting hockey cards, which is going to take me probably about 5 hours. I'm reorganizing my collection.
Well, that's cool.
I may start
get it.
working on a video for Pico Arcade 1. I have everything I need to start actually. Like I have the script written, so I need to record everything and edit everything. So I don't know how long that's going to take, but whatever.
I got my first new pinball table game video coming out.
Yeah.
Godzilla vs. Kong is coming out this week.
Yeah. That reminds me. Tomorrow, I'm toying around with the idea of streaming. I need to stream more pinball because I haven't played pinball effects in a while.
Let me know because I probably need something to watch at work. So
I'll probably be streaming tomorrow afternoon if I do it. I need to set things up, make sure they work. I guess not like last time where my game audio wasn't working at all.
Yeah,
but I tested out.
Sorry, Crow. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I tested it out again and it seemed to work just fine. So I'm toying around with just streaming maybe once a week pinball, just pinball.
I would recommend do Sundays because games and stuff is on hold because I got to work on Sundays now. So.
Okay, so we're not doing it tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, I got to work. So
okay, that's cool. Well, I do it in the afternoon anyway. It'd be evening for me if we did games and stuff. So, but good to know that we're not doing that.
Yeah, I'll figure it out sooner or later. But for
that's fine.
Next little while, it's gonna be I gotta heads down.
All right. Yeah, I was actually really busy. It's a good thing you canceled it because I actually was working too. Last Sunday night.
Yeah, because I still want to do a pop-up stream though, because I really want to play Full Void because I want to prove that game sucks.
Just gonna prove that you suck.
I'm gonna prove this game sucks.
No, but me and Rich are gonna do something. I think Rich said he wants to play it too, so I'm gonna try to coordinate something with Rich.
Nice.
Play at the same time on a stream on his channel. So,
dude, that would be awesome. You all should do that.
I think it'll be horrible, but I got the game. Might as well play it, right?
That's kind of how I feel about all Evercade games and carts in general. Even though the Duke 2 cart, even though that's not one of my favorites, I still need to get it replaced just because I want everything to be
freaking
functional.
Awesome! It's just as good as Duke 1.
Oh no, it's not.
I have my reservations about it because even Duke 1 because it's the PlayStation version of Duke Nukem 3D.
Yeah,
that's good. Well, that's what I played. So it all goes back to what you kind of grew up kind of playing.
Yeah, I played the PC version, so it's gonna be weird for me playing it with a controller even.
You're all weird. All right, quick show today. Last week we were like an hour and a half.
I said, I was like, embrace.
Oh, so, yeah, we forgot about Ed.
Yeah, I want to plug my stuff.
Evercade stuff. Let me guess, Evercade stuff.
How'd you guess? Yes and no. I was gonna say maybe later this afternoon or tonight. I don't know. I might be streaming Sunday. The Chiefs of the Super Bowl. A lot. So definitely, yeah.
If you're an Evercade channel, streaming Evercade is a good idea.
Yeah, it's
dude, you're gonna grow your channel big time by doing that. No, seriously, dude, it's a good idea because more stuff you get out there with Evercade, more people will accidentally fall on that video, right?
Ooh, nice. No, that's the reason I do. It's kind of like if you just wanted to go along and play with friends and all that. And I love our viewers, and they just they're like very interactive, like to the point where I sometimes have to pause the game to chat. Man. It's so much fun. So yeah, I might do that either later this afternoon or tonight. I might do that to get my fix. And then so next week, and again to highlight Fan Fiction. So yeah, he donated something to the channel, and I'm going to unbox it and I'm going to test it with the Evercade, and we're going to see what happens. So that's why I kind of say yes and no.
You know what? Like doing more Evercade content will actually help you big time. You want? I'll share an interesting story. So last week, well, during the winter sale, I on Steam, I picked up Helldivers on Steam for like $2 or something. So I put a video up on Helldivers last week, and so many people sent hate to me because they thought it was Helldivers 2 video, and I kept saying it's like, you do realize it says Helldivers in the title?
I can't picture what kind of game is that.
Helldivers is a
Yeah.
top-down action RPG, not action RPG, just an action game with friendly
Okay.
fire. It is probably, I played it on the Vita. I probably got hundreds of hours in it on the Vita. It's an amazing game.
I mean,
I
people
really-
getting
I don't think
upset
I'm
for
familiar
tapping
with
into
it
the
at all.
algorithm. Yeah, I mean that happens all the time. It's like, yeah, Helldivers 2 is
But
is
it
hot.
was just called Helldivers, but they got mad because they thought it was Helldivers 2 video. but it said
Yeah,
Well, it
Helldivers.
doesn't say Helldivers. It says Helldivers 1.
Yeah, but people don't read though. You know how it
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
All right.
25.
Well, if there's
Yeah,
nothing
people
else,
like
I
the
will go ahead.
video.
What's up?
What was it?
It goes VW Taz, 25 people watching, only 2 likes. Yeah, that's kind of sad, actually.
I'll like it later.
Let's change that.
No, it's
That means that means like even that means that
it's
we
got
don't even like the
16
video.
likes. What are you talking about? No,
You know, that's a weird thing. That's an interesting thing. It depends on where you're looking at that information, because I remember when I was during my last live stream, it didn't seem like a whole lot of people were watching. And then
Typically
like I
what
looked
you-
somewhere else and it was a lot more than I thought it was. So
Yeah.
it just depends on, I guess, where you're looking.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Don't tip until you've had your meal. That's awesome.
So before I was gonna say, before I thank the channel members and we end it, you guys, anything else you want to say?
Live from
No.
New York, it's Saturday night.
Well, it's Saturday morning for me. Saturday afternoon for you.
Right. Well, as always, thanks everyone for watching and liking all our videos and sharing our stuff. And if you're not yet subscribed to our channels, please do so. What are the chances of getting?
Yeah, I'm just saying. I really hope so.
That would be cool.
I love
That'd be
those
cool.
games.
That would be very cool.
Oh, I don't. I'm not a big fan of them, but
Ah,
I'm not gonna complain. You know what's funny is like when I went to a video game, Midwest Gaming Classic one time. Is in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and I remember going to somebody's booth and they had stacks and stacks and stacks of Desert Strike for the Genesis, and they were selling them for 50 cents each.
yeah,
I
because
was like-
they sold so many of them. There's so many copies of their.
Well, and they were brand new. They were still new and like you must have uncovered like a stash of them or something. It was
Nice.
so many of them. He was selling for 50 cents each, and I didn't buy one because I didn't like the game.
They're probably worth like $50 now. Sealed.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Don't go to Crow for investment advice.
Nope.
Cool beans.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and I'll roll it. And thanks everyone again.
Bye, folks.